Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Harmony Gardening. I'm Kristen, and today we are going to be harvesting the garden to get ready for fall. Fall is only a couple of weeks away, if you can believe that. So our garden is going to start winding down now because it's starting to get some cooler weather out. Most of the plants like it, but some of them are not going to be able to handle it for much longer. So I want to make sure that I am out here harvesting what I can. And you can see behind me that I really need to harvest the cucumbers. And we are going to be probably juicing some of these, and then like this big one, because they'll probably have some pretty large seeds in it. We'll probably be juicing this one too. But whatever we can, we will be saving to just eat, because these are really good to snack on, or they're really good in salads. But I need to make sure that I get out here and harvest all of this before it gets too cold. Even though it is really sunny and hot right now and a little bit windy, hopefully that's not coming through in my audio. But these are the first things I'm going to be harvesting in my garden. The wind is really starting to pick up, but I'm hoping that with my microphone and the little fuzzy on top, that it's not too terribly loud. They're also doing some tree trimming in the area too. The next thing that I need to really harvest, because the plants are really starting to fall over, is the zucchini. Because this one back here has almost fallen completely over. And I am finding that I'm definitely going to be needing those cages that I talked about in my garden tour on Wednesday. Look, there's a zucchini for next year. And here, let me grab this yellow one. Look. And there's another yellow one too, very pretty. But I need to harvest off all the zucchini that I can, because it's pulling the plants down. Like this zucchini is a little bit too large. We like to eat them when they're a little bit smaller and the seeds aren't quite as developed. But I'm going to go through here and I'm going to pick out everything that I can. I want to give you a quick close-up of how much the plants have been growing. You can see there's zucchini in here, but this structure is actually going back down to the vine. And I need to take care of that. And you can see in here, this is the one that actually broke and is falling over. So I'm going to need to trim off a whole bunch of the leaves to get some of the weight off. And then I'm going to be tying them back up. I have found that this is not the best thing to be tying them with because it stretches so much. And you'll see that I actually have used some yarn in here, and that seems to work better. So I just need to get some more of the garden string. Here's the little one, and it's still producing as well. But you can see that the leaves are starting to not look so great. And that just happens this time of the year, and I just keep trimming them up. See, look at that one. That one doesn't look so great. All right, on to the next. Look how pretty the Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes are. They are really large and they are definitely ripe. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest those. But I wanted to save it for the tour so you guys got to see them. So I'm just going to click them off without tearing up the plant too much, in bunches like this. And we are going to use some of these just to eat them. We're going to put a lot of them in salsa, because we definitely go through a lot of salsa in this house. Look at that. They are so beautiful. I am definitely growing these again next year. They have produced way better than any of my other tomatoes that I've had on the large variety like this. So now I'm just going to go in and get that one and get the other ones on the other side. These are the rich sweetness melons, and you can see that we don't have any that are ripe at the moment because we have harvested them all. This will probably be the next one. I can tell it's starting to turn colors, but when they are ready, they just fall off the vine, and I come out here and I pick them up. They have been really good. And we're going to go over here to the cherry tomatoes. And we have been putting these in Sebastian's lunch for school. So we've been coming out here and harvesting quite a bit. And also the spoon tomatoes, we pretty much just come out here and eat them like snacks because they are so delicious. The next plants I'm going to show you are the Kajari melons. And if you look down in there, let's see if I can pull them out. Oh, there we go. That one is almost ready. Actually, it is ready. It came off. Let's look at this. So these are the Kajari melons, and they turn this beautiful orange color. And we still have some that are green right here past the chives and all the leaves. So we still have those, and I have a few more. And I have a couple of watermelon that are starting to grow along with some other little small Kajaris. Now we're going to be doing something different for these beautiful babies next year. We are actually going to be growing them up a trellis. So it makes it easier for the bees to get to. They don't become so sprawling everywhere. Like right here, it's already going all the way into the path and we keep stepping on it. And I think we'll get a better production too. So that is what I'm also harvesting. Oh, I can actually smell it by just holding it here. It smells so good. They are definitely worth growing. Now this is one of our pepper plants. This is a banana pepper that we've been growing. And I am not harvesting all of my peppers just yet because I am going to wait until a lot of them change colors. I have some lemon jalapenos and I have some orange spice jalapenos. And I have a couple other varieties too. And I think some of the seeds got mixed up because they're changing a totally different color that I showed you in our garden tour. So we're going to probably be fermenting a lot of them, putting them into salsa. And these ones we just like to eat because they taste so good. One of the most common questions I get is when are tomatillos ready? So these ones behind me actually turn a little bit orange, but when they start to split their husks like this, they are ready. Some of them actually already fallen on the ground. So I definitely need to harvest these, and we use these in salsa and they are really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and harvest these and then I will show you what else I'm doing in the garden. These are my huckleberries, and I have said in past videos that they haven't done as well as I would have liked. And you can see that this is a plant that really has only flowered, which is only one of them. But these ones right here are ready. If you look at this, you can see that it still has a little tinge of green. You want to wait until they are completely turned dark purple, almost black, before you harvest them. So like this bunch right here is not ready. And I'm going to wait just a little while before I harvest these. I want to give you another close-up view of my beets because it's kind of hard for me to get in the picture when they're this close to the ground. But I multi-sow my beets every year so that when they're ready, like this one, I pull them out. And this one's pretty well ready too, a little bit smaller. But we can also use the greens. I pull them out and let the ones that are still down in there keep growing so that they get larger. This is one of 2 goji berry plants that I have in the yard. The other one's over the arbor. And you can see it is just loaded with goji berries. And I have finally acquired a taste to just eat them raw. Now that I know they have kind of more of a peppery start and then a sweet finish, I actually really enjoy these. And I have been snacking on these for weeks. They've been that ready. But now it's time for me to go ahead and harvest these, and then I'm going to dry them. And this usually takes me a little while to harvest them all. And I bet there's probably tools out there that do this a lot quicker than just doing this by hand. Now, the other thing that I need to start harvesting is all of my herbs. The sage grew back great. I've got some lavender, oregano. There's the rosemary. I've got some thyme. I've got some catnip for the cats. Of course, you can make it into tea. It's a really good tea for people too. And all of the basil that I have in the yard. But I'm going to be doing this on another day because I have to dehydrate all those goji berries that I just picked. And I only harvested one plant. When Donnie gets home, he'll be helping me harvest the other one since it's up a little bit taller and I can't quite reach all of that. But these dehydrate fairly quick, so it shouldn't take me too many days to get all of this dried. Plus, I really need to stock up for winter because I'm almost out of everything. One of the last areas that I need to harvest here in the next few days is the kale and the Swiss chard. We actually freeze this so that we can use it into the winter. So far, it's been us coming out here and getting greens for us and for Patsy, but I do want to save most of this harvest, and I'm going to be changing up this bed a little bit next year. So I'm actually, when I harvest it, I'm harvesting it down to the ground. Even though I know some of these could perennialize, I'm going to be planting all new next year. So I definitely need to get out here and harvest all this beautiful kale and Swiss chard. Oh, this is so heavy. And bring over the goji berries. All right. So this is what I harvested out of the garden just now. We got quite a few beets and look at all of that. We have some beautiful tomatoes. Look at these. We got a lot of zucchini. We've got one of our Kajari melons. We've got quite a few tomatillos, and there's some cucumbers at the bottom. And look at all of those goji berries. Let me bring those up close. Look at that. And that is just off of my one plant in the back. It will probably double the amount when I harvest the other plant. So this is quite a good harvest for everything that came out of the garden. There's still going to be a lot more because there are still items out there, or veggies, that are ripening. So I still have a lot of harvesting to do. And plus, the crab apple will hopefully be ready here before too long. And I'm going to be harvesting the crab apple for the first time. And I'm going to be making jelly out of them, as one of my friends suggested to do. So this is a great harvest. I am very happy with it. Now I just have to go inside the house and start dehydrating all these goji berries, cleaning up the veggies and putting them away. And we are actually going to be using the zucchini in dinner tonight. I'm making a pork tenderloin, and I know that our beautiful zucchini will go in perfect with them. So what are you guys harvesting this time of the year? I'd like to know. Or are you starting a new garden and starting to plant for fall? For us, I really wish we could grow through the whole entire season, but definitely our snow will not let us here in Colorado. It is just way too cold. Even if you have some sort of greenhouse, unless it's heated, you can't really grow much here. So we are definitely getting ready for fall. It's only coming up in here in a few weeks. And our next video, I am going to be showing you what we are doing to get ready for fall, such as cleaning up the garden and talking a little bit about what I need to prepare to have a wonderful spring next year. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Happy gardening, everyone.